In today's energy markets, I want to focus on WTI. WTI down on the day, slightly though. It came back. It was much lower initially. We saw it down around the 51.24 level was the low for the day. However, we did see it fight back to just down a little bit on the day. And some of the driving factors today, number one, the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar was in focus. We're seeing the U.S. dollar pushing up to better than 2-month highs, the highest level really in 2019. So pushing the U.S. dollar back into that 96.88 level. And again, since crude is priced in dollars, that has a tendency to be a headwind for the price of crude oil, with other dynamics also playing into that as well. Another dynamic that we should be focused on this week are the trade talks. Trade talks continue to roll out. There is some medium to higher level talks throughout the week. But the theme continues to be such that initially there was some hope last week, but now it seems like they're still quite a ways away. It does appear that they might not reach an agreement by the deadline, and therefore that plays into the global growth story, the slowing of the global growth. And so therefore, that dynamic also would be a headwind for the price of crude if we continue to see further global slowing. And the last thing I want to point out today is something that's very interesting in the supply chain of oil in general. When you're looking at what's going on with these situations with OPEC cutting back on its production, with Venezuela unable to export its oil, these dynamics, the sanctions, are all factoring into the heavier crude inventory, and therefore we're seeing heavier grades of crude spiking higher. We actually saw, for the first time in almost 3.5 years, the heavier weighted oil coming out of Middle East as well as Venezuela being priced higher than Brent. So you continue to see supply chain disruptions, and I think that's factoring into the refining of crude, continuing to try to bring that to market because it has to be refined with different weights for it to be more valuable, more marketable. And therefore that dynamic inside of the supply chain right now, I think, is also having a significant factor on the pricing of WTI and Brent.